हेलो एंड वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। दिस इज मी अंशिता निगम aka अंशी। एंड जैसा कि आप वीडियो के टाइटल से देख सकते हैं, आई एम गोइंग टू शेयर माय पार्ट ऑफ द स्टोरी एज टू हाउ आई वाज कॉल्ड बाय हिम and enrolled in his darbar for lifetime. There were no plannings. Was having no intentions to go there, but still I was called by him, and so I had to obey his orders. And as it is said, the inevitable must happen, and it happened in my case as well. And by the time I'll be posting this video, it will be already Eid. So happy Eid, everyone. And आप सभी को Eid Mubarak. Hmm. So before starting the story, I'll give you the backdrop and the background of the story. Uh, I fell in love with a boy who was a Muslim, and I was, yes, a and yes, we are not together today, and we are in a no contact phase since last 13 years. Let's not get into that story now. And coming back to this story, so I was 17 years old in 2008 when I met him, and this journey starts in 2009. It was my 18th birthday on 16th January 2009. And yes, I was wearing this top and this jeans, the same outfit for my birthday, 18th birthday. And yes, I'll be sharing some pictures for reference. So you all can see what I was wearing on my 18th birthday. So as I said, it was my 18th birthday and 18th birthday है and special है तो उसके साथ celebrate करना तो बनता है. So yes, I bunked my classes and no one knew about this. Not my family members, not my friends. No one knew where I was. And yes, of course, I was with him. And nothing to worry because we both were very old school. हमारी dates हमेशा ही मंदिर, दरगाह, parks ऐसे होती थी, and we were not like a clubbing person or something like that. We were very सीधा साधा type of people. So as my college was in Matunga, so we planned to meet in Mahim. So हम माहिम चर्च पे मिले. That was our meeting point. And इससे पहले हम लोग सुबह सुबह like we met at around 6:30 in the morning, and then we went to Mahim Church. We prayed there, and yes, he also came inside. And yes, after praying for 15-20 minutes and roaming around the Mahim Church inside everything, we came outside the church, and I asked him to accompany me to a special mandir. And that special mandir was of Sai Baba. And people who know me might be knowing that I'm a Sai Bhakt as well. And that day, that mandir was like, I don't know, that was a surreal experience. I was going through that road, Tulsi Pipe Road, every day to my college, but never saw that mandir. But somehow on my 18th birthday, and during that time I was reading Sai Satcharit also, and it was like a surreal experience which I cannot explain in words. And I just came across that mandir, and I was so moved, so moved, and I asked him to accompany me there. And he was like, okay, fine, we'll go there. And we went. It was just a walking distance, like opposite Michael Church itself. It is there or not, I don't remember because I don't remember seeing it now when I go there. Uh, some new constructions have come up. I don't know if it's there or not. So we walked up to that mandir, and while I was removing my slippers, I asked him to come along with me inside the temple, and he said no. Then I was like, why? Why will you not come? He said, नहीं मुझे मन नहीं कर रहा है, मुझे मंदिर नहीं जाना है. तुम्हें पता है मैं मंदिर नहीं जाना. I was a little upset, not. But still, I said, okay, fine, no problem, I'll go. And he said, तुम जाओ, pray करके आओ, I'll be standing here. I was like, okay, fine. And so I prayed. I felt very nice. बाबा जी को अपने बर्थडे के दिन देख लिया और क्या चाहिए. And I came back. I was very happy. And he said, हो गया, pray हो गया, सब हो गया. I was like, yes. And but I'm not happy. I told him कि तुम नहीं चले मेरे साथ. So he was like, नहीं, मैं नहीं जाऊंगा, मुझे मन नहीं कर रहा है. Special mention here as to how we both embraced each other's religion, each other's culture in future, and he came with me to the temples, to every holy places, and I went with him to dargahs and every other place like that, and we grew up as a human being, as a you know It still gives me goosebumps, gives me like surreal feeling. My voice still shakes as to how a person develops and how he changes. And this changed me as a person, as a human being. And yes, girls, he was a green flag. And not just a green flag, he was a complete green forest. But why we are not together, that's my destiny. Now, coming back to the story, after I came back from the Sai temple, uh, I asked him, now what? It was around like 7:15, 7:30, something like that. And he was like, मैंने कुछ plan किया है. So I suddenly got scared a little bit. I said, क्या plan किया है? So he was like, हम कहीं जा रहे हैं. मैं फिर बहुत ज्यादा डर गई थी. कहाँ जा रहे हैं? I was like, not having any idea what he was planning. एंड वो मेरे चेहरे को देखकर समझ गया था कि मैं बहुत ज्यादा डर गई हूँ. सो ही काम्ड मी डाउन एंड सेड, इतना डरने की जरूरत नहीं है, मैंने बस अपना प्लान किया है कि हम माहिम दरगाह जाएंगे उसके बाद. सो आई वाज अ बिट काम डाउन एंड आई सेड ओके, कहाँ पर है वो एंड कितना दूर है यहाँ से. एंड ही वाज लाइक, टेंशन मत लो, 10 बजे तक घर पहुंच जाओगी, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. एंड आई अग्रीड टू हिम एंड स्टार्टेड walking further to go to the Dargah. But suddenly मेरे मन में ऐसा doubt आया, whatever, like how we see in the movies, how we see in the news, कि ऐसे किसी जगह पर जाते हैं तो कैसे दंगे हो जाते हैं and everything. Uh, Suddenly every flash, every reel, every image, I started imagining in my head, and doubts came, and for few seconds I was like so scared. मैं डर गई थी कि मैं घर पे किसी को बताकर नहीं आई, मैं कॉलेज में किसी को बताकर नहीं आई अपनी फ्रेंड्स को. एंड अगर कुछ ऐसा हो गया, दंगे हो गए, एंड आई वाज लिटरली इमेजिनिंग कि ऐसा कुछ हो गया, आग जल रही होगी, मैं गिरी पड़ी हूँ एंड सब जगह खून है, सब लोग चिल्ला रहे हैं, भाग रहे हैं, एंड फिर मेरे पेरेंट्स आएंगे मुझे ढूंढते हुए एंड दे विल बी लाइक, मेरी बेटी कहाँ है एंड एवरीथिंग. I was so scared, and in a flash of few seconds I said no, नहीं जाना है मुझे. And the moment I said नहीं जाना है मुझे, he started looking at me like this and he was like, क्यों, क्या हो गया? तो मैंने बोला नहीं जाना है, बस मन नहीं कर रहा है. So he stopped for a while. हम दोनों चुपचाप खड़े रहे कुछ देर के लिए and he said, क्यों नहीं जाना है? तो मैंने कहा मुझे नहीं मन कर रहा है, बस मुझे नहीं जाना है. I saw his face. He was a little upset. उदास था. But he didn't say anything. So I know what he might be thinking. ऐसा मैं सोच रही हूँ, मैंने उनसे कभी नहीं कहा था कि वो क्या सोच रहे होंगे उस टाइम पे. I guess he was thinking कि जैसे मैं मंदिर नहीं गया, ये भी नहीं दरगाह जा रही है, ऐसा. But ऐसा कुछ नहीं था, मैं बस बहुत ज्यादा डर गई थी. और ऐसा नहीं था कि मैं पहले कभी दरगाह गई नहीं. Of course, I have gone to दरगाह अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ. I have been to Ajmer Sharif, I've been to Haji Ali Dargah, everywhere, but somehow I was not able to gather my courage and I was so scared कि बस it was like नहीं जाना है तो बस नहीं जाना है. So the discussion stopped and we were like अब क्या करना है, because it was around by that time it was being 8 in the morning and मुझे 10 बजे तक घर पहुंचना था. तो we decided कि थोड़ा बहुत यहाँ वहाँ टहलेंगे, because इतनी सुबह तो कुछ खुला भी नहीं होगा, खाने का मन भी नहीं कर रहा था ऐसा. सो वी वेंट वॉकड अराउंड बैंड्रा रिक्लेमेशन, थोड़ा बहुत ऐसे ही टहले एंड देन वी वेंट बैक बाय ट्रेन टू आवर रिस्पेक्टिव होम एंड द डे एंडेड देयर. सो दिस टॉपिक ऑफ गोइंग टू दरगाह गॉट साइडलाइन एंड हम बात करते रहे फोन पर, एक दो बार मिले भी ऐसे ही. बट वी नेवर थॉट ऑफ गोइंग टू दरगाह अगेन. मतलब ऐसा कुछ बात ही नहीं हुई हमारे बीच में. हफ्ते बीत गए, महीने बीत गए एंड कुछ महीनों बाद आई वाज लाइक इन माय कॉलेज एंड आफ्टर द क्लासेस गॉट ओवर we were four of our friends and we were chit chatting and just having gossip and everything. Suddenly one of my friends, she said कि मैंने ना मन्नत मांगी थी माहिम दरगाह पे कि 12th के एग्जाम्स में अगर अच्छे मार्क्स आएंगे, इतने इतने आएंगे, तो मैं वहां जाऊंगी दर्शन करने. एंड मैं अभी तक वहां गई नहीं. आई वाज just listening to her very curiously. And in a flash of a second, I said, चली जाओ ना, क्यों नहीं गई हो अभी तक? She also looked back at me and like everyone was like, ऐसा क्या हो गया? And I was like कि नहीं, मैं इन सब बातों में थोड़ा मानती हूँ, थोड़ा नहीं शायद बहुत ज्यादा मानती हूँ. And I was like कि मन्नत मांगी है तो पूरी कर दो, बस ये चली जाओ, क्या ही जाता है. And it's not very far from our college also, like just one station. People who know might be knowing, like from Ruparel Matunga College. Mahim is like few minutes. अगर stamina है तो you can go walking also. She also liked my idea, coincidentally or maybe as per the divine plan. And she was like, okay, चली जाऊंगी, देखती हूँ, आज नहीं तो कल टाइम निकाल के जाती हूँ. So I was like, हाँ चली जाना, अभी वैसे भी 1 साल हो रहा है अभी 12th के बाद, तो चले जाना चाहिए. She was like, okay, fine. And we talked for a few more minutes, and then we went back home because the classes were over and we had to go back home. And that same day, when I reached back home after like 1.5 hours, I got a call from that same friend, and she called me up and she said, थैंक यू अंशिता, थैंक यू अंशिता, थैंक यू सो मच, तुम्हारी वजह से सब कुछ हुआ है. आई वाज लाइक क्या हो गया? एंड शी वाज लाइक कि तुमने बोला था इसलिए मैं यहाँ पर आ गई, मैंने आधी टाइम निकाला. एंड at that point of time she was also going through a rough patch in her own life, personal life, and she was like बहुत कुछ अच्छा हो रहा है एंड सडनली सब कुछ चेंजेस आ रहे हैं. एंड आई वाज, मुझे समझ नहीं आया मैं कैसे रिएक्ट करूं. मैंने बोला कि मैंने तो बस ऐसे ही कहा था, बिकॉज हाँ थोड़ा बहुत मैं बिलीव करती हूँ इन सब चीजों में. एंड आई डोंट नो, बस मन में आया तो मैंने बोल दिया था. ऐसा कुछ मैंने प्लान नहीं किया था एंड ऐसा मैंने कुछ सोचा भी नहीं था कि ऐसा कुछ हो जाएगा. बट शी वॉज सो 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 हैप्पी, एंड seeing her so happy, listening to her happy voice, I was very happy and I was very satisfied कि चलो मेरी वजह से someone is happy. And that day, by coincidentally, my both the parents were sitting just in front of me when this call came. Like पापा ने भी उस दिन शायद से कुछ छुट्टी ली हुई थी and मम्मी भी बैठी थी. And मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा था मैं उन दोनों के सामने कैसे रिएक्ट करूं. एंड आफ्टर कीपिंग द फोन, मोहम्मद लाइक किसका फोन था, क्या बोल रही थी? एंड सो बस मैं उन्हें सच तो बता नहीं सकती थी. सो आई जस्ट मेड अप अ स्टोरी एंड आई सेड कुछ नहीं, मैंने बस उसे नोट्स दिए थे तो उसके क्लासेस में कुछ एग्जाम या टेस्ट था तो उसने उसके थ्रू पढ़ लिया था एंड शी गॉट गुड मार्क्स तो शी इज हैप्पी. तो मुझे थैंक यू बोल रही थी बस, और कुछ नहीं. तो लाइक दैट आई मेड अप अ स्टोरी एंड बात वहीं पर खत्म हो गई. एंड फ्यू मोर मंथ्स पास्ड. इट वाज समवेयर रेनी सीजन, मॉनसून स्टार्ट हो गया था मुंबई में. एंड एक टाइम पे ऐसे मैं बात कर रही थी उनसे एंड ही गॉट अ फीवर. उनको बहुत हाई फीवर था एंड आस्क्ड हिम टू मीट मी. तो ही वाज लाइक नहीं, मिल नहीं सकता. आई वाज लाइक व्हाई? ही सेड कि मुझे बहुत तेज फीवर है, लाइक 100 300 को. सो I said okay and I was a little upset. I just said take care और आराम करो आप. But at the back of my mind, पता नहीं मेरे क्या चल रहा था. And I started feeling, I had this feeling कि कहीं मेरे वजह से तो नहीं हो रहा है. मैं दरगाह नहीं गई थी उनके साथ, मैंने मना कर दिया था and मेरे ना जाने की वजह से ये सब कुछ हो रहा है. मैं इन सब चीजों में बहुत ज्यादा बिलीव करती हूँ. आई नो आई शुड नॉट, पता नहीं करना चाहिए या नहीं करना चाहिए, आई डोंट नो. बट मैं ऐसा बहुत कुछ सोचने लग गई एंड दिस थॉट केम अगेन एंड अगेन एंड अगेन. मैंने सोचा मैं शायद से बहुत ज्यादा सोच रही हूँ एंड आई शुड स्टॉप ओवरथिंकिंग. आई स्लेप्ट दैट डे. नेक्स्ट डे आई गॉट अप एंड अगेन दिस थॉट केम अप. आई वाज नॉट having any, you know, but it was coming up. This thought kept coming up, coming up, coming up. So after 2 days, I gave him a call. मैंने उनसे बोला कि हम दरगाह जाएंगे. फोन पर ही बोला. He was like, नहीं मैं नहीं जा पाऊंगा, तो फीवर है. तो मैंने बोला नहीं मुझे जाना है. तो वो बोलते हैं कि अभी तो तुम्हें नहीं जाना था, अभी जाना है तो इतनी जिद कर रहे हो. तो मैंने बोला नहीं मुझे जाना है, मतलब जाना है और आप मेरे साथ चलोगे, मैं अकेले तो जा नहीं पाऊंगी. तो ही वाज लाइक ठीक है देखते हैं. मैंने कहा देखते नहीं, मुझे कल ही जाना है. ही वाज लाइक ठीक है ओके, सुबह मिलो तो जाएंगे. So we met next day, like around 6:30 in the morning, and it rained heavily last night. So सुबह मौसम बहुत अच्छा था मुंबई में, and there were no taxis around Mahim area. हम स्टेशन से खार स्टेशन से हमने ट्रेन ली थी, and we went up to Mahim station. We got down there and we planned to take a taxi because he was having a fever. But taxi वहाँ मिली नहीं थी. So he said कोई बात नहीं, चल के जाएंगे, ज्यादा दूर नहीं है. So मैंने बोला कि आपको फीवर है, आप जा पाओगे पैदल चलकर? So he was like हाँ चलो जाएंगे. So I said okay, no problem, and मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, and इतने औसम मौसम में वॉक करने में मजा भी आएगा. So we started walking, and उस टाइम पे शॉप्स वगैरह तो कुछ ज्यादा खुली नहीं होती हैं only in that morning, except for some चाय की and वड़ा पाव की शॉप्स के अलावा. So from starting of the Mahim station till reaching the Dargah, he was like, at every little step, he was telling me different stories of his childhood. And he was like, मैं पापा के साथ यहाँ आता था, so हम यहाँ ये खाते थे, हम यहाँ ये शॉपिंग करते थे, हम यहाँ से खिलौने लेते थे, हम ये करते थे, वो करते थे. And he continuously told me his childhood stories, and I was just listening to him. I don't know, in different zone, in some different world. I was so engrossed in his stories and listening to his stories and how he used to eat faluda with his dad every time he used to come Mahim Dargah. People going there might be knowing the famous faluda shop, and he told me everything, every little thing, and this is how we reached the Dargah, walking, and yes, then he went inside, he prayed, and after praying, he came back, and I was waiting for him outside only, and he said, बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है मुझे, and बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा लग रहा है, and फीवर भी अभी नहीं लग रहा है. I was like, what? अचानक से फीवर उतर गया, ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? And he was like, नहीं सच में देखो. And I could see it from his face, from his eyes, and that he was really feeling okay. And जितना डल वो पहले सुबह नजर आ रहे थे, and as compared to that, he was really looking very fresh and all okay. And I was very happy. So yes, I was very happy for him that he was all okay now, and his fever had gone, and he was feeling fresh, happy, and suddenly तभी बारिश होने लगी हल्की हल्की, and we were like नहीं अभी घर जाना है वापस जल्दी, because you know बारिश में भीग नहीं सकते, ऑलरेडी फीवर है उनको. एंड सो आई वाज लाइक मैं उस दिन कॉलेज भी नहीं जाने वाली थी, कुछ ऐसा खास पढ़ाई नहीं होने वाली थी, तो आई सेड कि मैं कॉलेज नहीं जाऊंगा, मैं सीधा घर जाऊंगी अभी जल्दी. तो हमने फिर जल्दी से टैक्सी ली एंड वी वेंट बैक होम. दैट्स हाउ दिस वाज माय फर्स्ट ट्रिप. And see, coincidentally, for again a divine plan, today, the Mausam is also awesome in Lucknow, and it's raining when I'm shooting, so you can see the wind and little gloomy Mausam. So it's giving me the same vibes now. Hmm. So this is my little story as to how I was like literally forced to visit the Dargah by the Almighty, as I might say, if I'm not wrong, and as how I was not able to ignore it or say no to him, and so while he was praying inside, I made up my mind and I just said to myself mainly, um, I just made myself a promise that I don't know why I did that. Again, maybe that was the divine plan. Maybe I said, wherever I am in this world, and whenever I get a time, whenever I'm visiting away and I'm having sufficient time, and it's easy for me to visit, I'll definitely pay a visit at this Dargah. And yes, I have been doing that up till now. And I said, कि हम साथ हो या ना हो, it doesn't matter. And उनके पापा will always always be my papa, and I will always come to meet him, and it just felt some real connection, some divine connection. I don't know what it was, and it's it. पता नहीं इस रिश्ते में कुछ है भी या नहीं है, and yes, I'm trying to keep up that promise up till now, and yes, I'll be keeping that promise forever, forever, at least for this lifetime. Yes, I will be visiting there whenever I will get a time. So this was a little story related to this Dargah and how I was called there and how I was enrolled there for lifetime. And it is Darbar, and I have been praying and I've been making wishes, and yes, my wishes have been fulfilled. And अभी यहाँ बहुत से लोग बोलेंगे कि लड़कियां दरगाह नहीं जाती. I agree to that point, and yes, I visit the Dargah, but I sit outside and pray. I sit outside on the marble benches and I don't go inside, and still my prayers are answered every time. And I believe it's all about the belief, the faith, and you know, आपके मन में क्या है, आपके intentions क्या है, and that is how the prayers are answered, and that is how you are called upon by Him, and yes, and I know girls should not visit Dargah and all those things, rituals and you know, customs, but still I go there and I keep up and I try to maintain that custom, that rituals and those traditions. Yes, so this is one part of the story, like how I was called there and made to pay a visit at Mahim Dargah, and how I was not trying to go there. I was resisting myself, I was controlling myself, and I was not in a mood to go. And I was so scared, so many doubts prevailed in my mind, and still, everything was forced, everything was predetermined, planned as per the divine planning, and how I went there. And if you do like the story, I would be happy to share the second part of the story also, which is a little different from this one. It is more like of how we both got like separated for few months for some period of time, and how we met again, and that is a little sad part of the story, maybe I should say. This was the happy part, and this was like he himself wanted me to go there, and I myself wanted to go there, but that part of the story is like bit sudden of the story part, and like so. But we met again for some time, and now again we are sort of fight. That's a different story, but if you all want that story, I will definitely share it with you. But do let me know in the comment section, and I'd be more than happy to share it with you all. And I just wanted to share it so that maybe even if there is one person whose life can be changed through this story of mine, I would be very happy, very satisfied, and I will feel my purpose in this life is, you know, completed. And I was very skeptical. Should I share it or should I not share it? And I was very scared. I'm still very scared as to should I, you know, share it with everyone or not, how people are going to react, how everyone is going to take this. I don't know, but still sharing it, hoping that you all will like it and someone I will be able to, uh, help someone through this story of mine. Maybe I'll be able to create some kind of faith, some kind of belief in the Almighty. And that's it. If I'm able to do that, my purpose in this life will be served. And I will be more than happy, very happy. And so if you like this video, please do like it, share it with your friends and family, and comment below if you want the next part of the story or anything. If you want to say, please do say it in the comment section and subscribe to my channel. And please ignore this windy video, and you will never find my videos and pictures to be very aesthetic, because I'm not that kind of a aesthetic person at all. And whatever you will be seeing, it will be very real, very, raw and everything. So please bear with that. Uh, until next time, bye bye.